Hello and welcome, friends and everybody else, to the War of Inheritance Halloween edition. It is a particularly interesting episode this time round, so let's get started. Jacob the Beholder, what was the most important thing that happened last session?
There was a giant sky rock which crashed into the earth and various gribble came out of it, and then it went away again and it was all good.
All right, great, so everything's fine. David the Blinded Monk, what was the most important thing that happened last session?
I think that's a real difficult question for York. It was very much York still coming to terms with what happened at the end of the season finale. Yeah, he was about to spill his guts and then some rocks fall out of the sky. So there we go.
Rocks fell, nobody died, that was good. Zoe, what was the most important thing that happened last session?
Freya saved everyone. That is by making a slightly questionable pact.
That is correct.
With
the old ones.
With a mind flayer, that's correct. And
It'll probably be fine.
yes, and Amy, you were not here last session.
I wasn't.
But you have seen it. What was the most important thing that happened last session?
The most important thing that happened last session was sat in this chair was our amazing guest star Luke, and he was playing Charity to the Afflicted.
Oh
He
my!
was part of the dwarven cleric paladin fighter
Who knows?
Very nice.
Inquisition, and they had come to investigate weird magical gribble and kill any people displaying supernatural signs. So
Well, fortunately, that doesn't fit the description of anyone in the party.
no, exactly.
So
We're all normal.
the rest of the party are not here, and we're going to open with Neve. Neve, you've been wandering the woods for a couple of days, and you have failed to gain entrance to Lys's lair.
Well, bum.
You have been attempting, trying some meditation, trying to retrace your steps, but you keep getting turned around, and every time you do, you hear a little bit of laughter. It's a little bit of giggling. It's very high-pitched. It sounds like it's coming from something small and invisible.
Is it pixies?
It's pixies, yeah. There are pixies who are turning you around in the forest and laughing every time they do.
Right. Well, I guess at this point, I've
Maybe.
tried. I've tried to reach out.
Yeah.
I've put out offerings. I've been civil. Nothing doing.
You got pixied, hun, says
I
Chap.
got yeah. So I think probably my best thing to do is to turn around and maybe start heading back.
Sure. You turn around and start leaving, and you hear,
Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. Yeah, you better run.
and so you turn and start trying to make your way back.
You dropped his
I'm
rendition
gonna-
of a 4-year-old.
I'm going to use
Bad.
a little bit of druidcraft just to make something blossom into like a berry that I can give to the pixie. Just roll it their way.
Druidcraft berry, that's fine. Chat opted for moonbeam,
I thought that was there we go.
which I think is a proportional
But
response.
that's the Neve problem-solving graph, right?
So
it's like
you
cancer
roll a
problem,
berry.
Ruby.
Yeah, you bet. Whoa. Oh, for me? Thanks. Oh, you're nice.
and the berry is picked up, and you see bites start to get taken out of it.
Oh, your berry, my favourite.
It's a moonberry.
There is a sensation. Somewhere behind you, something has appeared, and it's a prickling of the hairs on your neck.
Okay.
And you get a strange feeling. It's a feeling that you haven't felt in many years.
Okay.
And you hear, there you are.
Oh dear.
The years have been kind to you, Neve. You look just the same.
You flatterer.
Guilty as charged.
I think I know who this is. What do they look like?
You turn around, and appearing from out of the trees. These horns are problematic. It's good, it's fine. Everyone's happy. Stay. There we go.
Ah, no, they're gone.
Appearing from out of the trees behind you is a creature that looks like it's made out of the leaves and the bark of a tree
Okay.
that reforms as you watch into an incredibly handsome young man. I think virile is the word that you'd go for. There are no clothes on this creature, and you definitely recognise an incarnation of Titus.
Oh. Well, hello, Titus.
Hello to you, hello to you. Around you in the clearing, you hear,
Oh no, this is bad. We're going to get yes. Yeah, we're going to get yes, get yes, get yes. We're going to get yes, get yes, get yes. Going to get yes, get yes, get yes.
you are dismissed. And Titus clicks his fingers.
No, you go.
There is silence in the clearing once more. The creature walks over to you. Its feet don't quite touch the ground. And it reaches out an arm, which rustles with golden leaves and gently tucks a grey strand of hair behind your ear.
What do you want?
What I have always wanted. I want you, Neve.
Sure.
Neve, come dance with me again.
Titus, I'm not 20 anymore.
You could be.
No.
We could make it so.
No.
Come and bask in the glow of an evening moon. And he reaches and he strokes a finger down your chin, down your face into along your chin. And as he does, you feel the wrinkles on your skin start to disappear. It smooths out and it feels taut and young again. Your hair turns from a grey, just where he's touching it, into a golden yellow.
I'm going to step back from this.
As you step back from it, you feel the warmth of his finger dissipate and the wrinkles reappear on your face once more.
I don't want to play games.
It need not be a game, my dear. Come dance with me again.
I was looking for someone else. I'm going to go back.
She has spurned you then. How like her.
Oh.
Oh, Neve, my dear, my darling, it has been too long. How many years has it been?
50.
A flicker of the eye. Come walk with me on riverbanks. Come dance like we used to.
I'm sorry. You tossed me aside all those years ago, and now you're turning up because what?
All those years are but the blink of an eye.
No.
Neve, so beautiful, so wise.
You want something.
I want to dance. I want a chance.
She spurned you as well, hasn't she? Oh, she has. Well, I'm not going to be.
How dare you! There's a wind that blows through the clearing. The leaves all rustle and start to spiral off the trees. And you see Titus. You see Titus in a way that you have seen him before, in a dread aspect.
Yeah.
The leaves all start to fray and wither on him, and he grows in size and stature, and his eyes flash with a silvery light. I am offering you the world, my girl.
Titus, I'm old. You don't scare me.
I never need to scare you, Neve. I have known you, you have known me. You have drunk from me, I have killed for you.
That was a long time ago.
Well, as you wish. I know you, and you will come to me again. You know where I am. And with that, he turns and is gone.
Show off.
Yes, Titus appeared briefly. and you were having none of it. Okay, fine. Players give you backstories, you put them in, and then... All right. Yeah, all the spiders clap along to the music. You are not entirely certain how much time has passed in that moonbeam. Right? You're not entirely certain how much time has passed in this interaction. And you look around and it's getting... it's gone midday. It's getting a little bit dark. And there is suddenly a pressure in the air. And you look up and you can see a pair of red lines tracing through the sky.
Oh.
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna head back into town.
Okay, you start heading back into town. It takes you a while because you got caught up in the forest and you've been there, but you arrive back in town and you are greeted by as you cross the bridge into town, you see that there are a group of kobolds who are trying to gather people up and bring them into the cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Lino the kobold, who you recognise, comes up. Neat.
What's going on?
Dwarves came.
Dwarves? They didn't do that.
No, they ran off.
Where are the others? Where are my party?
They have run off.
Do you know where?
Yes, that direction. Points. Raspit is here.
Raspit's here. You're taking people to safety?
We are getting everyone into the cathedral.
Into the cathedral. Do you need my help?
Yes.
Then I'll come and help.
All right, great. So, Neve, you start to gather people into the cathedral. And can you take me a perception check as you do, please?
Yes, I can.
If you notice.
Not good.
Good, okay. So, Neve does not notice anything.
Cool.
This is not a suspicious statement.
There is a... you run around the island shouting as best as you're able. You have a louder voice than most of the kobolds. You're also faster than they are. And you manage to usher all the townspeople who are still here into the cathedral. Raspit joins you.
Great.
There is a whoomp somewhere off in the distance. And you look out of one of the windows and you can see a great cloud of smoke rises up and a slight glow.
Everyone get away from the windows.
Fortunately, there is no glass to shatter.
Good.
But seconds later, there is a shockwave that runs through the building.
Still don't want to be in the windows when that happens.
That's absolutely reasonable. That's what you can see out over, and you can feel the pressure and hear the low of the other comet, meteor, still going through the sky, getting closer and closer. As you look, it is glowing hotter and hotter, and it looks like it's about to land.
Well, there's nothing I can do about
That's
that.
fair enough.
Moonbeam.
Moving the meteor.
Back with the rest of the party.
Mm.
You're in the moonbeam. Back with the rest of the party. In various states of unconsciousness. On the ground, there is Lord Tyndall. There is also Jorg the Paladin. Still standing are the Lady Freya and Iris the Sorceress. And also on the ground is a dwarf named Charity. She is in plate armour and has a halberd that has fallen to one side. The Mind Flayer has just turned invisible and left. In front of you, there is a steaming great meteor that has impacted into the earth. And the pressure in your ears builds and builds as you see the other meteor in the sky heading down. It's going to land some distance away. You're nowhere near the blaster.
There's another one?
I don't think we can deal with another one.
Well, we should try and get these people back to Stonehold.
Can you wake Tyndall up?
Probably. I'm going to see if I can wake him up.
Okay, so you...
Poor Tyndall.
Yeah, you can wake Tyndall up. He can be roused, but he is not in a very good way. He comes to, he says, "Oh, my love,
No, she's over there.
Not the beholder.
My love,
Are you okay?
my love,
Oh dear.
Are you okay?
my love, my love,
Yes. Say yes.
my love."
Oh dear.
My love, my love, my love. And he looks up at the comet.
Okay.
My love,
Maybe the priests will be able to help.
my love, my love.
Yeah.
My love, my love, my love, my love. My love,
Everything you're saying is my love.
my love,
Yes, that was my love too.
my love.
Yes, and again.
My love, my love.
Yep.
My love, my love.
You just said my love 5 times.
My love.
6.
There is a and a whoop as a second meteor lands into the earth. There is a huge cloud of dust that rises up into the air. You are all knocked backwards by the shockwave and everything goes white for a moment. And it has been a week since the siege of Elaine's Hallow. Down on the docks, Freya, you are standing. You've been helping out with the rebuilding process of the city. This is the worst disaster to hit this sleepy little town in, well, I mean, ever.
Yeah.
The ruins of the giant skeleton are still littering the graveyard. And you see a boat pull up in the moorings. A gangplank is lowered. And you see 3 dwarves step out. They are dressed in white Templar robes. With big hoods on, and one of them steps front and says, "Who's in charge around here?"
Me.
You are a lady of these kobolds?
Yes.
Well, allow me to introduce myself. My name is General Suffer Not the Witch to Live. You may call me General Suffer.
Yes.
Tell me, what has been going on around here?
Yes.
Is that all you know how to say?
There was a small war.
Mm-hmm.
Some bad stuff.
So I can see. One moment. And his eyes flicker for a second. Just for a moment, they change colour and then change back. And he looks around. This area is clear of corruption. We should interrogate the townsfolk. Lady, what was your name?
Freya.
Lady Freya. Charity. Why, yes, says Charity, stepping forwards. Go with this creature and find out what she knows. I'm gonna make inquiries.
Yes.
Yes, certainly. Charity makes her way down the gangplank and comes over towards you.
We should go to the cathedral.
Well, lead the way. My name is Charity.
It's nice to meet you.
Likewise, I'm certain. And you start making your way up towards the cathedral. The bells are ringing the end of the morning prayers. The doors open, and on your way up, you can see Jorg is not at morning prayers. He has been helping to rebuild the tavern. Jorg, you find yourself holding a piece of wood.
Memories are static or reset.
Everything that has happened is canon and you can remember it.
I'm gonna do what I was doing with that piece of wood, and then walk up to the cathedral.
Okay, you join the Lady Freya and Charity walking up towards the cathedral.
Freya,
Yep.
dwarves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Charity.
Nice to meet you. Sorry, I heard you down the way.
Charity bows for a second and continues walking up towards the cathedral. Inside the cathedral, morning prayers have just ended, Iris. A bunch of kobolds have said the lady's blessing and started to make their way out.
What day is this?
It is. They tell you it's the same
It's
day.
the day after the wolf moon.
Yes, it is.
A
Oh,
week
it's
after-
a week. It's a
week
week
after.
off. It is a week from the wolf moon.
Good. And thank you.
You are welcome, Iris. I have been meaning to talk to you. Is Jorg okay? He has barely spoken.
We still don't know what happened in the Hallow.
Yes.
He put the axe there.
Yes. I have seen. Nobody has been allowed to touch.
Good luck lifting it anyway.
The kobold looks at you with a bit of challenge and then goes,
I will not try.
Wise. Whatever happened, he will need some time. And
Yes.
you don't have a sense of deja vu at all?
What is? No.
Okay. Good.
Do you?
Good. Yes.
Are you getting enough sleep? Are you drinking sufficiently? I will fetch you some water.
and the kobold walks off to go and get you some water. The doors open, and the doors are already open, but arriving, walking up to the entrance of the cathedral, are the Lady Freya, Charity the dwarf, and Jorg.
Can I put my hand on Shunsui?
You reach down and you put your hand on Shunsui.
Ask if they remember anything.
I cannot believe you abandoned me to a bear. You are an outrageous student. You have no discipline. You lack conviction.
Shunsui is so angry he's having difficulty forming words.
Okay. Okay. That tells me all I need to know about that. I'll just let go of it.
No, we are not finished with this.
Charisma saving.
12.
I am dejected. I am disappointed. I am disgusted.
Take a level of exhaustion.
Oh.
We will.
For the benefit of Zoe, what does level of exhaustion do?
A single level of exhaustion means you are at disadvantage on ability checks.
Yes, but if anything, that's been proved that you function better in this state.
Wait, I get to roll. I get 2 chances of rolling. Yeah, okay.
Do we still have the same HP as before?
No, you started the day with a full rest, so you can all have a full rest.
Should we keep track of where we were?
No.
I'm going to keep track of where we were.
Just
You are welcome
realised
to do so.
I have Charity's sheet in front of me.
I will sort that out
Yeah.
in just a moment.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Dave just walked in. Those two walked into the cathedral.
That's correct.
Yes,
I
I
will go
know.
over to them.
Just give me a second. I just need to try something. I'm just going to walk up to the altar. And just very falteringly.
Jorg's.
Your charity.
I am.
I know.
Pick the Axe of Lancelot up.
Right, okay.
Sorry.
Hold the phone. We'll deal with the Axel Lancelot in just a second. I have this.
Yeah.
Am I so infamous around these parts?
I've met you before.
I am certain you have not.
We didn't get on.
Iris.
You must be mistaken, child. You have never met me before.
I love your halberd, by the way. And your plate mail. Which I notice you're not wearing.
Iris.
There's a ka-ching.
Yep. We didn't get on.
How interesting. What is occurring here?
Iris. I'm going to take Iris forcefully.
No, get off! Get off! Earlier today, you showed up.
Okay, while the Lady Freya is attempting to drag you.
Get off!
Is there a problem here?
Naomi, the leader of the kobolds, comes up.
Something strange is happening.
What is happening?
We have done this before. This has happened. Some meteors fell from the sky. That's probably going to happen in, like, I don't know, about half an hour. One landed. There was a thing in it. We dealt with it.
Here you go.
You helped.
A kobold has turned up with some water.
I am
Thank
worried
you.
for Iris. I do not think that she is drinking enough.
I'll take the water. Carry on.
Yes, I do think Iris is delirious.
Then
Now,
a second thing crashed into the earth, and then this started over again.
okay, you pick up the axe of Lancelot. Jorg, you reach out and touch it, and
That didn't happen last time.
you reach out and touch the axe of Lancelot.
Hey, we probably need to talk, but right this second, did something weird just happen with today?
You have not spoken to me.
No.
It has been a week.
But
There are conversations we need to have.
there are. Right now,
You have something more important to talk about than the death of a god.
Right this second, this is the second time today has happened. This is the second time today has happened. Stars fell from the sky. A second one hit the ground. There was a squid thing in the first one that tried to kill everybody. I went unconscious and was, last I checked, bleeding to death in the dirt.
You are making no sense.
Okay.
You are correct. There were 2 impacts that have happened.
They haven't happened yet.
They have. They happened merely an hour ago.
They're going to happen again in a second because I was in the woods when the second one happened. I don't know what your perceptions are like.
Are these the leaders of this ragtag group? Arrives General Suffer.
Oh no.
Yes, says Charity.
What has to happen for you to just go away?
There is a... Okay, so General Suffer looks like he's about to do something, and Charity says, "Oh, General, there may be no need. I suspect that..." but she's faltering because you have really thrown her. And General Suffer goes, "Ka-choo, ka-choo. There are Nova here. Good fight, Charity. Help me dispatch the corrupted." And they draw blades and start
Suggestion,
attacking.
go away. Twin cast on both of them. Wisdom
Whoa.
saves, please. Oh, do I have all my spell slots back?
Yeah, if you did at the start of the day. Okay, twin cast suggestion, go away. Well, those are good rolls.
Happens sometimes.
Sorry, dude.
That's
I
fine.
got a 16 and a 17. I'm not even going to look at their stats. They have succeeded.
Yep.
That's a shame. I really wanted that to work, but it did not. Thou magics are no match for the powers of the law keepers. And, okay, yeah, this is going to happen. There's and a crossbow appears out of nowhere. It is a huge, heavy dwarven crossbow. And it looks, you haven't seen it before, it's got a rack of bolts underneath it. And, yeah, it's really good.
Wow.
And your magic will not tarnish another soul. And you hear, yeah, go for it.
Dive. I interpose myself in between the bolt and iron. If I've had time to do so,
Yeah, go
I'll
for it.
physically interpose myself
There's
between iron and the crossbow.
and 4 bolts come out. What's your armor class at the moment, please?
I am not wearing any armor. 10.
Oh no.
Okay, then you are crit once and hit 3 times. How many hit points do you have?
44.
44. Okay. Oh dear. You're going to have your character sheet, please.
Yeah.
4 huge, heavy crossbow bolts go into Yorg as he dives, interposing between Iris. Yorg hits the ground. There is a pool of blood spreading from his body.
Well, I'm going to... Well, you're also there.
There is another dwarf who has come running in. This is the dwarf Goodfight, who you haven't interacted with yet. And he has a long braided beard that he comes charging in with, and he appears a suit of plate mail underneath his tabard and a pair of short swords in his hand, and he charges in again towards you, Iris.
Okay.
Yeah, Freya, go for it.
Time to go. I'm gonna ask Shunsui very politely to whatever this blink thing is that he can do occasionally and grab Iris.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I like
Good
that.
choice.
No. I refuse to help somebody who abandoned me so. You have atonement to do, child. So Freya goes, I got this, and draws Shunsui and goes, and stands there for a moment as a pair of short swords come in towards you, Iris. You're going to get an action immediately afterwards, but what is your arm class, please?
13.
13, you are missed and hit.
What was the roll on the dice that hit me?
19 on the dice.
Can't do much about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's not anybody can do about 19 on a d20.
That's all right. Would you like to take me 15 points of damage, please? as a sword comes in and it bites. You manage to turn away, so there's only a shallow cut. But as it is, you see the runes on the blade light up, and there's a little a stain on your arm now as the sword cut into you. These guys look like they're really serious. The cathedral is now in disarray. They are panicked. There are kobolds who are shouting, and they don't know what to do. They're looking for leadership. Yorg is on the floor. Iris, what do you do?
I'm going to cast Mirror Image on myself.
Okay. Can you please make me an Arcana check?
9.
9. As you cast Mirror Image, you feel that the cut that you sustained from the sword is disrupting your spell. Please spend the spell slot, and you do not cast Mirror Image.
Ooh.
It is damping down on your magic power. It's kind of like that's what they're built for.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That was fun. Freya.
Stop. An incursion is imminent.
Is that a threat?
The old ones are coming. It's nothing to do with me. I've never met an old one before in my life, but they are coming in less than an hour.
Persuasion check.
11.
What is your arm class, please?
15.
15. Okay, 4 crossbow bolts coming to fly towards you.
Oh my god.
I only hit you 3 times. How many hit points have you got?
38.
There's a and Freya drops to the ground. Freya is bleeding out on the floor. Iris.
Okay, well...
You have an immediate action before Good Fight hits you again.
Okay, I'm going to... Oh, this is pretty good. We'll see. The only thing I can do is I'm going to try and shocking grasp him and then move away from him because...
Run like bug!
Yeah.
Okay, go for a shocking grasp. Arcana check.
9?
You reach out and you go, ha-ha! And
Nothing happens.
yeah, you feel the energy build up.
Yeah.
It comes from your core and it builds up towards the arm and then it reaches the point that the injury was sustained and it just fizzles out. And then you try and run away.
Yep. Yes.
Sweet. He's going to have an attack opportunity against you and he's going to miss. Good stuff. Charity, get her! And Charity looks a bit conflicted, but a halberd appears and Charity's going to run in to attack you. Here we go. I'm going to have it. That's awesome. Never roll that. That's a pair of crits. So
Wow.
yeah, that's the
Double 20.
That's literally double 20. Yes, thank you very much. It has been a week.
Wait, what about
We'll
me?
get there. We'll get there. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah. Wait, what about you?
I'm in
Neve,
the woods.
you wake up in the woods
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
and you are a bit turned around.
Yeah. And there are pixies laughing at me.
Yeah, it's early in the morning and you were umming and ahhing at this point in your day whether to press on and spend another day trying to get into Lys's lair.
Okay, what's happening? Titus! Titus, where are you?
A tree shifts.
What the hell have you done?
Neve, you
No,
look
no, no.
lovely as ever.
We've done this already. What have you done? What spell have you put on me?
I have only the spell of love, a spell you know well.
Any pixies around?
No.
Has he done anything weird? Has he done any magic on me?
Oh, no. Don't disapprove me.
I'm not going to disappear. You have a berry.
Neve, I have been meaning to speak to you.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you dismiss me so?
Titus, something weird is going on. I've had this day already. I've had this conversation. I've had this whole aria from you already.
We have had many songs before, and many yet we still can have.
Titus, do you know of any kind of a magic or situation that might make someone live a day again?
I can take you back in time. I can make you young again, young again. What we had was a flame of the
You're
past.
so useless, and I'm gonna go.
Cool. Titus appears in front of you. He's singing as you walk through. A flame we can know again.
Titus, there are
Let
meteors
love
that are going to land.
burn. Feel my love for you, Neve.
Titus, get yourself out of the blast zone. Something is really wrong here.
The only thing that's wrong is you insisting on
I'm
your...
picking up speed. I'm gonna get into town.
Okay, you leave the woods, and Titus is there. Neve, why? Was it something I said? Neve leaves and heads into town. Neve, you rapidly turn around and you make your way across the bridge, and as you do, you hear screaming and fighting coming from inside the cathedral.
Yep, I'm heading up there.
Okay.
I've got my beat stick. It's got its holly leaves growing on it.
Yep, you can run over. You have to push your way through a crowd of kobolds that have started to run.
Get out of the way. What's
And you
going on?
hear, the infection may have spread to all of these creatures. And Charity says, we don't need to kill them, though. We can contain them. I agree. We should keep the loss of life to an absolute minimum, says General Suffer, who you have not yet met. And you arrive and you see that there are Templars dwarves who are... Well, Jorg is on the floor with several crossbow bolts in him. Blood. I mean, there's a huge pool of blood. Iris is on the floor. Oh, no, Iris is...
Down.
Yeah, Iris is down. Freya is down.
Everyone's down. There's a lot of blood.
There's a lot of blood. Naomi is shouting at the dwarves, and stay out of this hill, miss. And General Suffer reaches in and pulls out a badge, which he shows. I have broad authority here. You recognize this icon? I'm a law keeper. That means it is my job to enforce the laws. And he puts it back in. He turns around and sees you.
What have you done?
My job.
Moonbeam.
Okay, cool. That's a Constitution save. 14. He's going to make it. He makes a save, so half damage. Oh, half damage. You roll 2d10.
Where are my d10s?
Oh, we'll get them in a second.
None of
Okay.
my dice.
So,
thank you.
Neve's eyes silver over, and her grey hair floats back, and there is a...
Oh, it's like that was wow.
Whoa, 20. Okay, yeah, so he takes 10 points of damage.
Yeah.
And he backs away. Charity, good fight. Join ranks, there are more. And there is a... Well, he raises a crossbow, which he's going to... In fact, he has to take an extra 3 of that. So he reaches behind him and goes... And sticks another rack of bolts into his horrifying crossbow, which is just so good. And...
Bloody
It
fighters.
does a lot of damage.
So good, man. 4 attacks.
Depends how many times he crits.
Yeah. And then, one of the dwarves is going to run in. This dwarf has a pair of short swords.
Cool.
Charged in towards you.
I am going to fight this and I am going to lose this. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, yeah. Neve attempts on her own to take out 3 dwarven witch hunters, and it doesn't go
Iris
well.
is dead on the ground and I can't deal with that.
No, that's fine. Your heart isn't really in it. The moonbeam.
You
As
kidding
you-
me? Like, I'm going full pelt.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But you can't focus enough, and the lost sensation that you have is a crossbow bolt going straight through your eye.
Oh.
You feel it thunk into the back of your brain, and everything is blank. And it has been a week since the siege of Elaine's Hallow. You've all helped with the rebuilding efforts. The giant skeleton is lying still in the middle of the cemetery because nobody has been able to deal with it. At morning prayers, Iris, you see Lino the Kobold is finishing the sermon.
Before they're finished, I walk up and walk down to the docks.
I finish up and walk to docks.
Okay, cool.
If I see any lizard folk on the way,
There's
I'm not
there's
coming
a
with me.
low murmuring, and all the kobolds watch as you leave the temple. Lizard folk. There are some lizard folk. There, in fact, all the lizard folk are at the sermon. They're at the morning prayers.
I'm going to ask them to come with me.
Please, Iris,
Something very important.
Yes,
Just follow.
have some respect, Iris. We must finish the prayers.
This is very important. Please come with me now.
This is Lino the Kobold is saying
I'm
this.
saying to the lizard folk.
What? This is most inappropriate.
I will explain on the way.
Persuasion check. 8.
We will join you. If you must leave, then leave. We will join you after morning prayers.
I leave.
Okay, Iris leaves morning prayers. Jorg, you put down the door.
I walk to the docks.
Yep. Freya, at the docks, you can see a boat is arriving.
Yep.
Is that the one they're on?
Yep.
Right, okay. Hi, Iris.
Iris?
Neve, you have woken
not
up in
just-
the woods.
No.
No.
I have just realised something out of character that is very
This isn't-
worrying.
Right. New plan. Let's just not be here. This can be someone else's problem.
No, Charity was helpful the first time.
No, she wasn't.
She's possibly the only one who knows actually what's going on.
What?
And if the time thing is caused by the meteors, we need to go there anyway.
Let's.
Let's just go
Neve,
there
where are you going?
to the second
I
one.
am running
Did you talk to
full
Sunspot?
pelt towards the tower.
Did he know
I want to
that?
try and get to these
Right,
guys.
okay. Lancelot picked up on it as well, but it had been a while since I talked to him.
Kudunk, the gangplank comes down. There is a dwarf standing at the top, flanked by 2 others.
me when I
Greetings,
get there.
lawkeepers.
Ah, we are anticipated. It is nice to see that there is some respect from the old ways. Tell me, who's in charge around here?
We do not recommend setting foot on this island.
And why is that?
There is a disease here. It is incredibly contagious.
I love it. General Suffer raises, in fact, of course, reaches in and pulls out a handkerchief and
With a
holds,
lace edge.
Yeah, it's a lace edge handkerchief and holds it over his mouth. And what is the manner of this disease?
We're not sure how it spreads. It may be through contact. It may be through proximity. It may be. I don't know.
I have
through
some
the
knowledge
water.
of it. It is a disease of Garland's making. The exact nature of its spread is difficult to identify specifically, but I have had some experience with it before and had some ability to heal it in the past. But there are problems.
We are sworn to service, and if it is a supernatural disease, we are able to assist. Neve, you are on the other side of the island, but you have arrived onto the island. You've come over the bridge, which means that there's a cathedral, and then you'll be able to see this stuff over at the docks.
Amazing.
Are you able to? Are you able to?
Yo!
He's
Neve!
very quiet and on the wind.
Are you able to cure disease yourself?
I certainly am.
Very well. In
Tell me
that case,
who is inflicted.
it is spread amongst the town. If you are able
Or
to
you
sense
see
and,
them.
It may be coming
and cure
from the-
this disease,
It may be coming from the giant skeleton corpse over there.
What has happened here?
the Hallow was assailed by Mordred. Neve, funny day, yeah? Yeah.
Yes.
Funny day.
Yes.
We're
Good to see you.
Yes.
It's really fantastic to see you.
Where is Tyndall?
He's still at morning press.
Okay.
Would not leave.
Yeah.
Do you have? Are there any other? If you, how many of you are there?
There are 5 of us.
If you have somebody who can come with us up to the cathedral, so we can check up there, and then the rest of you could spread out through town. Like I've got a decent number of people cured of this, but there may be others in and around the town.
Is it safe for us to disembark or not?
If you have the ability to help here, you have the ability to help here. If you don't, then stay on the boat.
Is there any trace of corruption still remaining from Mordred?
There's a giant skeleton.
I will deal with this. Charity, accompany these folks up to the cathedral. Take stock of the situation here and report back forthwith. Certainly.
Charity, it is a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, and likewise, my full name, I should say, is Charity Toward the Afflicted. Y'all can call me Charity.
My name is York. Please come up with us to the cathedral and we'll start checking people over.
A pleasure, she says, and comes off the gangplank.
Don't like this.
I'm gonna come over to Iris and
Put it this way: if this doesn't work, then we can try it again a different way.
yeah, I'm going to
Maybe.
go.
Fine.
We're all on time 3 now.
Where have you been?
I've been in the forest.
Yeah, number 3.
I've been trying to
I'm going
find
to be engaging
lists.
Charity in conversation
Okay,
while we're
Don't
walking up
mess
the
with
hill.
these guys.
Charity, tell me
Yes.
about yourself.
Oh, I'd love to. Well, I'm from the Black Spine Mountains. I'm a lawkeeper.
Northeast of us, yes?
That's correct.
Sorry, it's not my area of the world. I'm from Galatea.
That's all right. Yorg and
I am the Lady Lucille.
Lady Lucille. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And you must be
Neve.
Neve. Greetings, Neve. What an interesting group you keep. And is this your child?
No. Iris is my student companion.
Well, it's certainly not my place to judge. And Iris, who's currently giving withering looks to Charity.
Withering side eye.
Yes.
Well, there certainly are a lot of dead bodies around here.
There was a small war.
Okay, so you're heading up towards the cathedral. People have started to come out now. The morning press has ended. It was only a few minutes.
Can I see Tyndall?
You can.
I will
Tyndall!
rush over and just say hello to him and make sure he's okay.
Are you alright?
You rush over to Tyndall, and okay, so you're there first. What is going on?
Are you getting repeats?
3 times now.
Okay. Yeah, us too, but not these dwarves. So hush.
Why not?
Hush.
Well, aren't you a tall glass of water? Says Charity.
I'm going to put a kiss on Tyndall's cheek.
Is Iris still with the rest of the group? Or have you moved on?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but just a head and
Alright.
a huff.
That's cool.
I'm gonna
I stop,
I'm gonna
look at Charity and go, have we met before?
Well, I don't believe so. I'm sure I'd remember.
That's weird, I
Yes,
say
it
to the
is.
others.
I'm gonna find Naomi in the Naomi in the crowd.
Yeah, she's there. She's around.
Naomi, would it be possible for us to have a private
She is
meeting
dead.
with Charity and the group of us in your chambers or somewhere private, if that would be acceptable? This is very important. I wouldn't ask normally.
I'd like to ask everybody to remain where they are, says Charity. I'm here with a group of lawkeepers to resolve the Garlonic influence you've all been having. There's a disease here, and we can cure y'all. It's not gonna hurt. You just gotta stay where you are. The kobolds look at Charity, very bemused.
Charity,
Yes.
I have been slightly mistruthful with you, but there is a good reason behind this. We need to talk. We need to talk. I need to go and get
I'm listening. Tell me about this mistruth.
your name.
Charity reaches, and there's nothing there.
Your name is Charity Towards the Afflicted. You are preparing to pull Halberd out of the air because you have the ability to do that along with your plate mail. I have
Hang
met
down.
you 3 times before today, each of which have been the same day. We need to have this conversation in private, please. You hit on Lord Tyndall incessantly for the entire day. We go off into the woods. There's a giant bear.
Oh, never. Yeah.
There's a giant bear. There is some other stuff, but we really need to talk privately before I say things like that in front of people.
Nami looks at you and says, "You may use my room, of course."
Thank you.
Is
Okay. Charity, this is in no way a threat. There is an axe on the altar over there. I need to go and get the axe. Fuck it. Because it's Lancelot's axe and I can talk with him. So I need to have a discussion with Lancelot as to whether he's been having the same thing that we have as to these repeats. Okay?
y'all need to be very, very careful. You are extremely lucky, extraordinarily lucky, that I'm the lawkeeper that is here to talk to you.
No, we're not.
Oh, yes, you
No,
are.
because I know exactly how sympathetic you've been to us so far because we've gone off into the woods and done this once already. I know exactly what General Suffer will do to me if I try and put myself in between. Anyway.
Go get your axe and we'll talk.
I want to try and find Raspit.
Okay, you take me a... No, okay, you look around,
He's
you can
like
find...
around town
Yeah,
somewhere.
I mean, he's a kobold and they're all kobolds, but yeah, you find Raspit. He comes up.
Raspit,
Yes,
are you all right?
I am fine.
Have you been having the same... Have you been having any repeats? Any...
What do you mean?
Have you been living the same day again and again?
Can I be honest with you? It feels like for much of my life I was living the same day again and again. But now I have had adventures and made new friends. Thank you.
I'm really glad, Raspit.
He's not leveled up in NPC enough to be caught in with the rest of the party.
You keep doing your work.
I will. Thank you.
It's good work. Right, Raspit doesn't.
I made this. He's showing you one of the wards for Garland that he's made.
That's amazing. That's wonderful.
Yes. Do you approve?
Very much.
All right. I will continue.
Good idea.
Thank you, Neve. How was your journey? Successful?
Not yet. No.
Can I help?
I don't think so, but thank you. What you're doing is helpful enough.
All right. Turns and leaves.
Cool.
I go and grab Thunder.
Sure. You pick up Thunder.
Hi.
What is happening?
Yeah, okay. Are we on the same page now?
You cannot delay this conversation.
No, I cannot
with me.
delay this conversation with you. But we need to sort this out because otherwise we've got all the time in the world apparently to have this conversation.
It would seem
And
that
I've
way.
died at least once today already, so let's see if we can not have that happen again.
Okay, you grab Thunder.
Yeah.
Neva, you returning?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so the party congregates in Nemi's room. Charity is looking out the window. I'd say we've got about 3 minutes before General Suffer gets here.
Okay.
What is going on?
The short version. Okay. There's about to be an incursion of the old ones. There are going to be 2 red stars appear in the sky that will crash down. You are going to suggest that we go with you to defeat one while General Suffer and Good Fight, I want to say his name was.
Yeah.
Good Fight goes off and deals with the other one. Let's get this out of the way now. Iris is a Nova, so that's a separate issue. I am, I think, what you call a champion, based on what you said before, or I'm having a bit of trouble with that at the moment, and yes, I know, but, what do you know about the old ones and their ability to cause repetitions in a day or a time, in some way?
I know a great deal about the old ones, but, well, I've never heard of any ability like that being laid at their feet.
Okay.
Breaking time.
So
Do you know anything that can break
anything that
time
can do
like
that?
this?
Does anybody here know of anything that can do that?
Looking at you, Iris.
It would.
All eyes are on me.
Okay, Charity says a rupture in time would be. Is this something y'all experiencing?
Yes.
Yes.
And if you can make sure that General Suffer doesn't identify Iris as a Nova, because I've been shot once by his crossbow today already.
All right, y'all need to just stay up here when he arrives.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
We need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
There's some things that I need to tell you about.
Yeah.
Rupture in time. I can't think how that might happen. It would take some cosmic shift to make that occur.
Oh shit.
And there's a Charity, you can hear. Y'all stay in here. I'll be right back.
Thank you, Charity.
Charity disappears to go downstairs.
Okay, is Tyndall in here as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever happens, you are staying here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What happened? Actually, shit. What happened?
The first time?
Yeah. Because I went unconscious, so something happened
Wait,
if
what?
you're asking Tyndall to stay here.
Well, we went to the site of the first landing,
Yeah.
and we got...
There was something with, like, it looked like it had an octopus on its head, except that was its head. and then everything went wobbly and I went unconscious.
Don't think I know about mind flayers.
No, that's fine. You really don't.
Yeah.
Everything went wobbly and I went unconscious, and then I woke up.
It ate Tyndall's brain.
It did
What?
no such thing.
It did.
And then when you woke up, all you could say was my love.
Yeah, you kept saying that. I'm not saying it now.
No.
No.
Good.
No, you're not.
But you were.
I made a pact with the old ones to get him back.
You
I'm
what?
hoping that
Wait,
that's now
what?
null and void.
Wait, what?
You know what?
I can see the stars, says Tyndall. And you
Fred.
look up, you can see a pair of tiny pinprick red
That
dots.
does not in any way surprise me.
We should
You
send.
two are.
We should go to the other one.
No, the other one landing was what caused this.
Right. Better plan?
Stop it from
No.
landing.
Go to the other
anybody
one.
got-
See how
Do
that
we
works.
know-
Has anybody got a
anyone-
really big bat? Like, we also need to avoid that bloody massive bear.
Yeah, well, we know where it is now.
Mm.
Oh,
Wait. Did Shunsui know about what happened after we left?
So you hold Shunsui.
Yeah.
I'm still angry with you.
I understand that. I'm a bit frustrated with you if
I-
we're talking about our feelings. But I think we should move past this because we've got some worthy foes to deal with.
I will
today.
accept an apology. A sincere apology.
I am sorry. It seemed like we had more important things to deal with than retrieving you at the time. By way of apology, if we get the chance, you'll get to cut off a squid thing's head together. An old one.
Ah, yes, an illithid. It has been many, many moons since I tasted their kind before.
A what?
so.
This is acceptable. Lady Freya, do not allow yourself to be disarmed so easily again.
Okay, lesson learned.
Neve,
Mm.
in the woods, if we go after the first meteorite, there is a fast-moving, mostly invisible thing that tries to do the thing that Freya usually does to other people.
It's better than me.
Let's
It snuck up on me.
let's not judge that too much so far. And there's also a floating thing with an octopus for a head.
Right.
I still think we go to the other one. We know what happens at the first one.
I think we, from what charities.
Well, while we're
Okay,
looking-
the short version, because it turns out that we don't have any fucking time. You want to talk cosmic shifts in events? I had to. Elaine asked me to.
The door bursts open.
Fuck.
Charity comes in and says, all right, I've managed to stall General Suffer, but he is somewhat peeved because there is... Yeah, by the way. He is somewhat peeved because
And 3.
there ain't no
One. Oh, look
disease
out the
happening
window.
around here. There's like low pressure. And General Suffer says, Charity, not only have we been deceived, but there's an active incursion going on. Yeah, you said something about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Old ones?
Yeah.
Yep.
Charity.
Illithids.
Charity.
That's technical knowledge I would not expect from a layperson.
Charity.
Yes.
Please. Something private that only you know and you haven't told any of us, that if this happens again, I can tell you and you will know I'm telling you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like I don't need like deepest darkest secrets, but like your parents' names or something.
She comes to you and she says, I'm a member of the Order of Shadows.
What
Okay,
is
I
this?
don't know what that means, but that's good enough for me. If that's something that you haven't told anybody else.
What is the Order of Shadows?
You have no idea.
I'm
That's-
asking her.
Oh, right, okay. The Order of Shadows, we are a part of Charity, you hear.
Don't let him get trigger happy again. We can do this again if we need to.
Okay, so I'll tell you fine folks after we've dealt with these meteors. And Charity runs down the stairs.
Okay.
Um,
Right. So, as I was interrupted, Elaine had asked me to destroy the Grail because Garlon's influence in my head, it turned out, was a rather more physical manifestation than it should have been. And when I touched the Grail in the Hallow, I brought Garlon directly into contact with Elaine in what seems to have been an incredibly bad thing. And the Hallow started to sprout and rot in the way of Garlon. And Elaine asked me to destroy the Grail. And I am not 100%. No, I killed her. I killed Elaine. So that is probably.
There is a sharp inhalation.
From
Naomi the Kobold
Oh no!
has gone white as a sheet, and she collapses. And we're going to take a short
Oh,
rest
God.
there, guys. All right.
Oh my god!
Bravo, bravo. All right, guys. Chat, don't go nowhere. We'll be back in 5. All right, giggles.
Some of us aren't going anywhere anyway.
Yes, indeed.
Did you have any bits of paper for me? I can read the chat.
No, I don't.
Raspit shows us
because you didn't have
the
them last time.
the charm
Plus
he's
it's
made.
the-
It's like,
the-
oh, thanks,
Yeah,
Raspit. We'll put it on the fridge. Chat. Thanks, Raspit. We'll put it on the fridge.
Right.
R.I.P. Naomi. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got some fun theories. Sam G says they're all secretly under the control of the Mind Flayer.
It's no secret. About at least one of us being under control of the Mind Flayer.
Charity is working for Ra's al Ghul. Lo-Fi says TLDR, Jorg gave God the clap.
Season 3.
Yeah, maybe you won't dissuade the paladins by saying, hey, there's a disease here that only paladins can cure.
Yeah.
Wow. It's worth trying. They almost didn't come off the boat.
We just need to make sure we
Almost.
don't accidentally fix it after someone dies.
Yeah, that would be really bad. I don't even know
Weren't
how
we Order
fix
of
it.
Shadows people in the non-canon in-between seasons thing?
Maybe we were.
I think we were. Could be wrong.
Oh. Well, I have. It has seemed to be over the last couple of runs that Charity is not like the other members of her party.
Yep. Maybe I misjudged her. Probably not, but maybe.
She seems to be a bit more sympathetic. Though that is not necessarily a good thing. I don't know.
And the Order of Shadows is not like we're the good guy's name.
Lords of Darkness! We're here to help!
One of these dwarves is not like the others. Exactly right, Suntan Fox.
They were nasty in combat.
Yeah, maybe let's not
Literally.
fight them again.
You're the
Yeah,
only
that was
person who
fun.
didn't die in one hit, pretty much.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, I took tank of the party.
Yeah.
I would have died to 4 crossbow bolts though, I'm pretty sure.
You'd say she's acting like a good cop? Oh, yes, Liquid Leader, tell us your story. I feel like I should know what the gathering is because it's capitalized. We've got. So I'm reminded now of a story I heard about the gathering. Do we think it's Magic the Gathering? I don't know. We'll find out when the story is told. I have to sit here so that I'm not hidden by a goblin. There we go. I will recline. There we go. The Beholder costume, by the way, is just amazing. Oh, the Gathering is one of the big UK LARPs. A bunch of the Oxford RPG Society people went along, and one of the groups they encountered fighting on their side were the Monks of Doom. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh yeah, by the way, chat, we agreed that chat could vote for best costume, but only for other members of chat. So you got to tell us, what are you wearing for Halloween?
You're going to get us
Keep it
demonetised.
Yes, yes, that is my sole goal. Oh, this is great. In a game full of people in heavy clank hitting each other with larp swords, the monks danced in front of the battle lines singing Doom, Doom, Doom.
There's a gif of that. It's time for the Doom song.
Oh.
So Lo-Fi is wearing black.
Yes, okay.
In good company.
A good colour.
Yes, yes. Samji is wearing a big comfy blanket. I think at the moment that might get my vote. Oh.
That does sound quite nice, actually.
Ooh, the morning before the big battle, several of the generals were called to a meeting and given an important briefing. Guys, bad news about the monks of doom. Turns out they're evil. Who could have known? Oh. Yes, what kind of craft ale do the monks of doom make? I'm not even going to say it. It's in chat. It's in chat. Ah.
So why does Neve? Why is Neve part of the loop?
Yes, so Neve is part of the loop.
She was out in the woods, which was Proximus.
Shunsui is part of the loop.
Shunsui wasn't
Because
even
Shunsui was no. Shunsui is one of these extra planar things, which is
Lancelot
not. Which
knows.
yes, so all of the wibble, but not all the wibble, because
I wonder if the mind
Titus
player
didn't know.
knows.
Yeah, Titus didn't know.
Yeah, Titus didn't
So
know.
this is either Freya's fault or Yorg's fault, or both.
Oh.
I can go with York. Freya is a very sensible. Would never.
Because Raspit doesn't know, but Lord Tindall does know.
Yeah.
Lancelot
it's not
knows,
proximity
but
and it's not
Titus
the
doesn't
party.
know. What are we missing? Lo-Fi says my money's on it being York's fault.
The weird thing for me is Charity not knowing.
Charity doesn't know, and neither does Suffer.
The Suffer makes kind of more sense, but Charity
Yeah.
not knowing, unless she's got like some weird arcane protection and MacGuffins.
It's not Champions and Nova because Tindall knows.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's now a champion on it.
Maybe. Who's secretly the big bad.
None of the other kobolds know.
Naomi fainted.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we should just stab Naomi in the neck.
Oh,
Suntan Fox has
Thank
just
you, Suntan
subscribed.
Fox.
Thank you so much. Woo! Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. Oh, that will keep us in our Halloween snacks. Thank you so much.
yeah, I'll get in my now weekly plug.
Oh,
if any of you
man.
would like to be as cool as Suntan Fox, you
Yeah.
can subscribe for free if you have an Amazon Prime account. Remember, you can do it every month. If you did it last month, why not do it again this month? Thank you very much, but you know, you get another one.
We got a subscriber.
Woo!
Thank you so much,
was it?
Suntan Fox.
Thank you, Suntan Fox. You're amazing.
Oh.
Hey, sweetness.
Alright, okay.
And I think my favourite theory so far, Sykes Mackenzie has just said Shunsui is just starting the day over and over to spite Freya.
Yes, I will start this day over and over again until you apologise properly.
Until you do it right and beat that bloody bear. It's a
Right,
training
so-
exercise. And we are back. All right.
So Naomi had just fainted.
Naomi has just fainted. That is correct. Downstairs, you can hear General Suffer, who is at this point shouting.
Oh dear. What sort of things is he shouting?
He's shouting, "Where is Garland's influence? We have been deceived."
Okay, if we have to go through this again, just let it get to this room the way it did the first time, and we can have this conversation.
What do we do?
Because, okay, you may not like her, but she's the only one keeping General Suffer in check at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need that quartet of crossbow bolts again.
Yeah.
Please.
I did.
Okay.
They are
How
tough.
about this time we just watch. If we just go to where they're going to land and just stand back and have a look at what happens.
I haven't seen this yet.
I have.
We're not going to be able to go with supper this time.
When Charity said it would take something on a cosmic scale, this is the only place that my mind has gone.
There's an active incursion happening. Charity, you, Charity, head to the smaller one. I'll take Good Fight and head to the larger one. And the dwarves, they ask around. Let's see how they...
We're hidden away, aren't we?
Yeah, you're up in a room. They don't know you're there. You can see out the window that the dwarves and some lizard folk have left and headed over the bridge.
I'm going to try and revive Naomi.
Yeah, she's just fainted.
Yeah, so I'm going to...
Maybe not now.
You know what?
I wanted to check that she's okay.
So
take me a medicine check.
Okay.
if
Hang on, we're resolving this. What do you got?
if it is
Like
something,
nothing.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't got my character.
No, we need to sort that out.
Wisdom, you've got +3 wisdom.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it was like an 8.
Okay. In which case, she's fine. She's had a state of shock. She's doing okay. She's going to be fine. She's not injured. What she needs right now is rest. Is what she
put her on her bed, I guess.
Yeah.
York, can you just check and see if you've got...
Because it's her space, isn't it?
Amy's character sheet under your thing. If you don't, that's fine. I'll find your character sheet because you need it.
No, I did not.
That's right. Carry on.
Okay, give me a
Yeah,
second.
because we're in Naomi's space, aren't we?
We are.
You're
Give me a second. Lancelot.
Yes.
I am sorry. I haven't actually said that yet. I am sorry. We still need to have the rest of this conversation, but I am sorry.
I told you not to do it.
And she asked me to. And I swore to her, not to you.
Perception checks from everybody, please.
I hate this dice.
16.
Yep, this is a terrible
Okay,
dice. I
change
need
it
a
up.
better
16
dice.
is good.
7, 18.
18 is good. 20 is good. Okay, so everybody but Neve, who is currently, which makes sense,
Dealing with Naomi.
dealing with Naomi. You can hear a low kind of drone on the... Leave it. You can hear a low drone from outside somewhere.
Look outside.
There's...
Is it like the meteor sounds?
No, the meteors, you can see that there is a
Oh, okay.
low humming drone.
Okay, chat. I'm sorry. This is now coming off. This bandage has shifted and it's now starting to become an issue.
That's fine.
Put it back on, put it back on!
See! Okay, yeah, you have a look. Now, York takes off his bandages and has a look out the window. And all three of you that succeeded, you can see that there is a small shape off in the distance.
Is that new? That's new for
I've
me.
not seen that
I
before.
didn't see that before. And I stayed here, didn't I?
Correct.
So I think this is new.
Does it
I
seem
did
to-
fail a perception.
Does it
yeah, no,
seem-
I did not
Does it seem to
see
be getting
this.
closer? Getting further
It
away?
does seem to be
Where's it
getting
coming
closer.
from? Direction of the meteors? Or...
No, this is coming from north. It's coming from broadly the direction the big meteor is going to land. It's coming
so
from
it's
the
like fleeing
northwest.
From it.
Well, maybe you don't know.
Okay.
It is flying.
It's oh, is it calm?
Doesn't look like a comet. It's very small, but it is
Calm
coming
didn't
towards you.
Buzz. Calm just
That's
sort
true,
of
calm didn't buzz.
whumped.
This
Um,
can't leave.
Oh shit! Do you have any Pog? Have you been able to get in touch with Pog?
No.
Okay.
I have tried.
We need to go downstairs and.
Lino comes to the
ready?
door.
Maybe
Hello,
we
Lana.
should stay up here until Charity comes.
Lino.
Is Naomi all right?
Naomi had.
She's just fainted. She'll be all right.
There's something outside. Stay up here with her and make sure she's all right. We'll go downstairs and deal with whatever's coming.
All right.
We need to get people gathered in the cathedral.
Yes.
Okay. So, the thing that appeared on the horizon is coming towards you. You guys head downstairs and you sit and watch. And the pressure in the air builds up as the two meteors continue to approach. and the thing gets closer and closer. It is now about the size of a fly in the distance. You can see it approaching, but the meteors are heading towards the Earth as well.
We're helping to get people into the community.
That's fine, yeah, though, I mean, most of the people were already there.
If we end up going through this again, don't put yourself in General Sucker's eye line until we've got Charity properly on side. Because he seems to be the twitchy trigger-happy motherfucker.
And you can see the thing is getting larger and larger.
What does it appear to be?
Sorry?
What does it appear to be?
It looks like it's really hard to tell at this distance. It's not something you've experienced. And actually, I'll take a perception checks from people outside who are watching now.
Windows and things.
Yep.
18.
16?
20.
Okay, you all recognise this, in fact, because you have seen one before on a Carithian boat.
Oh no.
What's that doing here?
And the drone that it is making is louder now. It goes.
Okay, I'm going to prep a moonbeam.
That's fine. As you see, it gets closer and closer.
Can I have, at some point in this intervening period, put my armour
on? Sure, that's fine. It gets closer and closer, but it's still quite far away. But it is clearly one of those great big bloated plague flies.
Gross.
It has a long proboscis. It is a mottled grey and brown, and its wings are flickering too fast for you to make out. It's still quite far away, but it is headed
Just one, though.
this way. Just one.
Okay.
I guess Garlon's getting annoyed at the repeating thing as well.
I guess so.
And there's a whoomp in the distance, and a cloud of dust appears on the horizon.
A little plague fly.
May brace.
The plague fly continues towards you
Brace
guys.
for the shockwave.
You are all rocked, but you're quite far from the impact zone of the first meteor.
May whatever gods you worship, Charity, take you on that fight.
Yeah, Charity's off. She's taken some lizard folk.
They're all going to die.
Probably. Toothpack's there. He might not. The plague fly approaches, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it takes another, 25 minutes for this thing to arrive. You've got time if you want to do anything. Is there anything specifically you would like to do before it arrives?
I will just talk to York. I'm really sorry about Elaine.
Be sorry for Lancelot. He lost his sister to the hand of the man who currently wields his axe. So that's pretty shit.
I'm just going to sit with York.
Sure. You sit with Yorg and you wait for this thing to appear. Eventually, it gets close enough. You can see it is going full out, and it's moving at a fair clip as it flies in a somewhat up and down bumblebee jerky motion across the landscape. And you can see there is a figure on top of it. The figure on top of it is an orc. It is an orc with some mushrooms growing out of one of his shoulders and a weird moss-like growth over his otherwise bare chest. He wears a hood, and he has a great, nasty-looking scythe in his hands as he comes flying, his legs astride the drone.
Coming towards us? Or
yeah, it's coming. It's making a beeline towards. Certainly towards you guys.
Can we try talking to it?
I think it's here to talk, to be
Okay.
honest.
Yeah, my eyes are still just silvering, like I've got the moonbeam ready if we need it.
Okay, that's fine. You've got a moonbeam ready.
Oi! Go on, you pus-filled jackass!
You hear, "Now that's not nice," shouted back from the.
Neither is your boss.
Yes, it appears I was too late this time. Never mind.
You're picking up on it happening again over and over again as well, are you?
I'll get there. We'll do this again, I'm sure. He's in my head, you see, and he was in the Hollow. There's a whoop as a second meteor hits, and it has been a week since the siege of Elaine's Hollow. What do you guys do?
I'm running to town.
You run into town, that's fine.
I am gonna...
There's no need for us to be here.
I've got time. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna get this door hung.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go Then I'm going to go up to the cathedral.
Sweet. You'll
Acceptance.
take
Yeah.
the time to hang a door and then starts walking up towards the cathedral. Lady Freya.
I'll meet them on the dock.
Okay, you meet the dwarves on the dock,
As is tradition.
as is tradition.
As is tradition.
Charity accompanies you walking up. My name is Charity toward the afflicted.
And you are a member of the Order of Shadows.
Charity stops for a moment.
Come on.
Are you a fellow member?
Yeah.
I am now.
Oh, why did I not see this coming?
How many are there here? You must be extremely careful. There are some very powerful lawkeepers here. I will do everything I can to protect you from them. But you have to understand my position. Being a member of the Order who has infiltrated the lawkeepers, I cannot give myself away.
That must be tricky.
My cover must be maintained, you understand?
I understand.
All right.
Mine too. I'm Captain Lucille.
Which potentate do you serve?
Say it.
Anyway, let's go.
Say it. You know you want to.
Yeah. It's tickling away at the back of your brain.
Miss Ray has no idea what to say.
Okay, that's fine. I suppose you don't need to tell me. Take me to these others.
Meet up with them.
Yeah, you all meet up. That's fine. You're in the room. You're in Naomi's room. Of course, you may use my room.
Thank you.
You hear General Suffer starting to walk up. In fact, General Suffer has walked over to the giant skeleton and started to smash it to pieces with a great big hammer.
Okay. How much have you told Charity already?
I told her about our membership. But that's pretty much it.
What assistance can I render you?
Okay. The short version. This day is happening over and over again. Okay. There is, in about 15 minutes, half an hour, going to be some stars appear in the sky. They're an incursion, you call them, by the old ones. There's an Elithid in one.
Are any of you Nova to the old ones?
This lady is a Nova.
Not to the old ones.
Not to the old ones, though. But we've had this conversation before. You have the ability to make a halberd out of thin air. You have the ability to make your armor come out of thin air. We've had this conversation before. Okay. So, the last time we had this conversation, you told me that the old ones have no capacity to restart time.
I believe that's correct.
Okay, you told me that there was something of cosmic shittery would have to have happened in order to have messed this
I
up.
sincerely doubt those would be the words that I chose.
Those weren't your words. Those weren't your words. Okay. All right, let's try this. Give me a second. Naomi, I take her hands.
David? Molly?
I take Naomi's hands in mine and I look her in the eye. I am very sorry that this has to be done like this, but we need times of the essence. I, at Elaine's request, because of stuff that happened in Hallow, destroyed the Grail. Because I took Garland's influence into the Hallow. I took Garland's influence into the Hallow because he was in my head and has been since we got onto the Ellesmere. I thought that when I took my oath to Elaine and she rid me of his infection, that his hold over me was just a voice. It turns out it was something more than that. And I took him into the Hallow and his influence started to spread over the Hallow and she begged me to destroy the Grail, which I did.
I'm going for a walk, she says.
We don't have time for that.
Naomi.
She holds up a hand. And she goes over to the door and opens it. And she walks out.
Charity. Does that sound like the sort of cosmic level stupidity that
What are you people?
I am a champion of Elaine. I was sworn to her service.
You can hear a bzzz appear
Oh.
on the horizon.
And followers of Garlon
This is earlier in the timeline than it has happened yet.
are trying
that-
to get here.
That buzzing noise is somebody on an orc on a massive fly thing that is trying to get here for some reason.
Why?
I can only assume it's because the same thing is happening to everyone.
It's not happening to me.
No, but gods, Lancelot Lancelot is able to identify the skips in the timeline, the breaks.
Is-
So if Lancelot is, it strikes me that Garlon probably is as well, which is why he sent somebody to do his.
Well, then it should happen to me. I myself am a champion to the Dwarven spirit, and I'm aware of no such time shenanigans.
Do you have direct connection? Can you talk to the Dwarven spirit?
Of course.
In your head, you can hear them.
Wait. York.
Yes.
I met a fae in
Yeah.
the forest earlier, not Liss.
Yeah.
And fae
Of course you
are,
do.
I believe, a potentate.
Very much so.
And he didn't know what was going on. I don't know if this is necessarily universal to higher powers.
Okay.
Well,
so
Garlon seems
just
to know
you said
what's going on.
Sunsweet.
Garlon
yes.
knows. Shunsui knows.
Well, Garlon seems to know actually what's going on. He's trying to do something about it.
No,
so maybe we
Garlon
should
is trying to
talk
do
him.
something. We don't know whether he knows or not.
Does Lancelot?
Lancelot knows that something is happening. He
Does
doesn't.
Lancelot know what Garlon wants?
Got any ideas?
He is trying to claim the Hollow. Of course. My sister was the god of the status quo, of endurance, of permanence.
Of the timeline.
Her death. Somebody must shoulder this burden. The Hollow must be claimed.
How does that happen?
You cannot allow Garlon to do it.
No.
You must gain access to the Hollow and consecrate it.
How does that happen? We need to consecrate the Hallow.
I will help you in any way I can, but I have never consecrated a Hollow.
Well, it's the first time for everyone. Okay, we need to find Naomi. We need to find Naomi. We need to get everybody away from the cathedral.
Okay, the buzzing is getting louder.
And maybe
Right.
this time around we just need to deal with Garlon, and then next time around.
We need to, if it comes around to Garland, we need to get everybody away from the cathedral. Okay, we need to find Naomi. I'll meet you downstairs. I'm gonna go find Naomi.
Okay,
I'm coming with you.
you guys head down and you can see Iris. Where are you at this point?
Sorry, Charity. You are very much involved in this, but you're also going to get requests from General Suffer and stuff like that in a second, anyway. So
I think y'all need to just keep out of the eyesight of General Suffer.
done.
It's all right. Not much time at all. There's going to be something that will really affect
Charity,
him.
there's an active incursion going on.
That's your call.
I'll take my leave for
Don't-
now.
Don't die.
Charity starts to go.
You're going to be facing a Lithid and its pet. It's sort of invisible.
Fast, invisible,
Spirit
pointy.
preserve us. She runs downstairs. Sweet. You guys head down, and what have you seen?
Chat is coming up with some amazing people we can consecrate this to.
Yeah, I mean, you've got options. You head down. You really do.
Consecrate to Paul.
You head down, and you see that Naomi is sat in a small stone garden that is adjunct to the cathedral, and she is softly weeping.
Oh, Naomi.
Doesn't she know a good way to do this? Naomi.
What do you want?
I've talked to Lancelot. Elaine's. It is because of this that the time is broken. Garlon is trying to claim Elaine's Hallow. The Hallow needs to be consecrated to somebody else. We need to do that before Garlon's servant gets here. Do you have any way that we can access the Hallow that's not in the Wolf Moon?
The Hallow opens at the full moon. It can be accessed at any full moon, but we are weeks into the last one and 3 weeks until the next one.
Are there any exceptions to that?
I do not believe so. I can't think of any way to access the Hallow except by the ritual that we underwent.
I'm there too.
The light of the full moon.
That's not
That's
right.
not right.
I mean, that's also
Really, you have one solution.
Oh, Josh, you are literally enabling an addict at this point. You are just enabling an addict
I
at this
was.
point.
Yeah. No, I'm.
That's not the way Ollie got in.
Oh, fuck.
There
That's
is-
true.
There is a whoop off in the distance as the first of the meteors lands, and
Where is the trident?
Where is the trident?
No, that way lies madness, because that is not giving Garlon
Let me
access
try
to the
this.
Hallow. Oh,
If
you want to
worse
try
comes
this?
to worse, then we just have to do it again, right?
Except next time we'll probably have to fight Flyman.
Flyman is almost upon you.
If this
Um,
works, we can
have you-
open the
have you
Hallow immediately.
Have you two cleared the Hallow? Are you with us?
I'm with you on it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're all together.
Right, we need to. Let's do this. Let's give it a go. Let's do it.
The fly is almost upon you. This because it's fun.
Oh, gross.
It looks a little bit like this.
GW sponsorship, please.
100%. It is a gross looking fly thing.
This is one of the cool models.
That's just amazing.
It's just such a good model.
I really like it.
Fire it up, me. Let's do it.
Okay.
No, you want the light of the full moon. This lady can give it to you.
Okay, so my eyes are going to silver over.
Okay,
We're going to. I know the spot about where the
Iris.
portal was before.
sure.
We're
I'm
need
going
deal with
to,
this turf
um,
blossom.
Shoot down a
Okay.
beam of moonlight onto that area. Does it do anything?
Okay, right. Neve's eye silver over. A moonbeam hits the side of the cathedral and starts to crumble away at the bricks. You can feel that you are halfway towards opening a portal of some kind. There is clearly an interaction with the magic that you have summoned and the magic inherent in the Hallow, but you're going to need something else. You've opened a door, but it's still locked. You need something that's going to turn the lock.
Lance, is it only Mordred's Trident that could do the thing with the twisting and the coming in?
She is the god of betrayal, treachery, and backdoors.
But you're the god of going forward and conquering and making holes in things.
Come on! I can't hold this forever!
I'm gonna work with me here. I'm gonna lodge thunder in the wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand in the moonbeam and lodge thunder in the wall.
Ooh.
I love this. Make me an attack check.
And a Constitution save.
Yep, hang on.
We'll deal with the save in a second.
15.
Okay, there's a 15, and there's a boom. The white arc of thunder flashes through the air. It shatters into the wall, and yeah, okay, fine. There is a tear that happens through the wall, and indeed through the space around the wall. You're gonna
I do not pass the Constitution save.
make me.
I've done the roll.
Yeah.
You failed
Yeah, I
it.
passed it. I failed it.
17 points of damage.
17.
Oh! Okay, Jorg, your skin is burning under this moonbeam
Yeah.
as you raise the axe, and it's going to take another couple of blows. It's extremely cool. And it's interesting because there is a huge whimming in the air now. Whimming, good word. There's a huge thrumming in the air as the plague drone appears, and you see the shaft of moonlight that is currently holding the wall of the cathedral. Iris and Freya, you are not engaged in this, and Tyndall says, my love, I think we have...
You stay there. Stay.
I am
Fine.
going to bless Jorg and Freya and myself.
Yeah, do it, that's fine, okay.
So you get D4s, please, GM.
Yes, can I have
sweet.
the sexy
You can indeed have D4s, you have all been blessed.
The
This is
blessed
good.
D4.
This is good. And as Jorg tries to hack open a doorway, I love this. As he's the god of war. And
Hey, let's go through the front door, right?
Yeah,
That's how this works, right?
that's fine. So you've been blessed, which is really good.
I also have a grappling hook.
what would you like to use this
I'm
grappling
gonna
hook?
chuck it at
Take the fly
Okay,
down.
I love this. Make me an acrobatics
down.
check to.
Plus is it an attack?
21.
No, it's not. Is it?
21.
21 is enough. Okay, so this fly comes swooping past, and as it does, Neve, it's going to be you. A scythe comes swooping down, and we'll get there. A scythe comes swooping down towards you, and what's your armor class?
I don't know.
13.
15 is going to hit. Okay, I'm sorry, Neve. And you are going to take me and 22 points of damage. Just put it on a sheet.
Not going to knock you
It's
down.
not going to knock you down. That's
It's not
fine.
gonna knock me down.
And a Constitution saving throw. Roll a dice. I know you've got +3.
Nope,
That's not. Is that a nat one?
that is a nat 1.
Isn't that the same? No,
You do have a little mark of Elaine on you, though, don't you? Does that give her advantage against this Constitution?
That's
saving
really
throw?
interesting. Okay, so the scythe comes down, and it sweeps into you, and there's a and the moonbeam ends. The huge orc jumps off of the fly and says, "I was here quicker this time."
Go home, suggestion. DC 14.
That's a look of a man who may have failed.
Next time. Still gets on the fly and heads off. Okay, that happened.
Can I be on the fly?
Yeah, so your grappling hook is still attached. Yeah, the fly has started to recede. Absolutely. Maybe an acrobatics check to climb up.
It's not going to end well. Why is this happening?
19.
19,
I
yeah.
don't know why we didn't expect this to
You
happen.
have climbed up onto the legs of
We've
this
solved the
fly.
problem, but
The-
Freya is still
the-
solving the problem.
Yeah, there's a grappling hook which is hooked into the horrible flesh of this
Oh.
creature, and it's bits of bile are dribbling out of the holes that you've made. It has got drag now as it's carrying Freya behind it. So there's this lovely aerial shot of the fly that comes through the air, and you can see there's a rope hanging off the back. Is Freya making her way hand over hand? You've climbed up, and as the fly is heading away,
I'm
you
just
are
going
on.
to try and kill the orc.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Sweet, make me an attack check.
Oh, that ends the suggestion.
20.
Yeah, takes
Oh,
damage.
sweet.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
on a 20, you hit the orc.
That
how much
was
damage?
beautiful.
Is that
Fire it
sneak
up
attack?
again.
Yeah, for sure. He's
Cool.
not expecting this.
19.
19 damage. Okay, he takes 19 damage and is not super happy, but he says, "Oh, thank you, small girl," and pushes you off
I'm
the
still
fly.
not onto the rope.
That's fine. He's attempting to push you off the. Well, he pushes you and you go.
You're gonna swing underneath
Okay, you're
and
also
back
swinging
to the other
underneath.
side.
Meanwhile, what are
Keep
you
him on
guys
the
doing?
fly.
Iris, you feel your suggestion spell has ended.
Neve, fire it up again.
Yep, I'm going to try again.
Okay, there's another movie. Once again, take your Constitution save.
With a plus d4. But I'm pretty sure that on a 15 on the dice I can't.
Yeah, you certainly do. So you only take me half the damage that Amy's going to roll. Make me an attack check into the area.
We haven't got
Plus
much
D4
time.
from Bless.
Right, so that is 6 damage.
Yeah.
27.
27 on an attack. That's amazing. Okay, yeah, there's a and a hole tears both in the side of the building and in the fabric of reality. And yeah, you can see there is two. It's like two curtains now that you can pull apart, and you can see that there is moonlight coming from within.
Go, go!
Oh shit. I go through. See,
need
I
to
told
come
you we
with
could
you.
do this, and then I go through the portal.
Okay, you go through the portal with
I'm
it.
coming in.
Okay, Neve, you're going in as well.
I need to be able to get us out of here.
That's fine. Take me a Constitution saving throw.
Yep,
Natural.
absolutely fine. Nat 20.
Okay, on a nat 20, I will not make you take a second Constitution saving throw to avoid the damage of the moonbeam. It doesn't matter yet. You roll through afterwards. What about you guys? Freya, you're currently dangling off this thing, and the fly has turned around. You are, as the fly turns an arc, you are swung right out to the edge of the rope as it circles around. It looks like you're going to slam into the side of the cathedral.
Run
keep
along
going
the
up.
wall.
Up.
Keep going up. Okay, make me an acrobatics check.
Tyndall down on the ground below.
Yeah.
15.
Okay, yeah, on a 15, you scooch up your legs and you manage to just about the soles of your feet scrape along the side of the cathedral. And you go over a period where a moonbeam is currently opening a door to another world, and then you swing back around to the other side. The orc with the scythe is reaching down to try and cut your rope. Iris. Get there in a second.
I'm going to be firing off some, because they're quite far away now, massive bolts.
Oh, they've turned around and come back.
They're coming back. Oh.
Yeah, they're sort of circling above you.
Okay. Still, I think that is the best thing I can do.
Okay, sweet. Roll me some attacks. Actually, not very hard to hit.
How many?
Acid bolts.
Yeah.
You can make me 2 acid bolt attacks, please.
I do love the consistent
That's a nat
metaphors.
one.
Oh no.
But +1 from the bless.
Oh.
Okay. So on a nat 1, is that a natural 1 with an
That's a
acid bolt?
natural 1 with the bless.
Lovely.
Yeah, and the other one is a,
Freya.
like...
You have just about climbed back on
Shoes on the other foot now, isn't it?
And yeah, you swing around with the momentum of the rope, draw Shunsui and prepare to slash once more at the orc, and there's an acid bolt that goes through the rope and you go, ah!
And the other one is a 20.
A 20 really hits. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
5 damage.
Damage taken.
It's a thing.
Does she have the capacity to half this damage?
No.
11.
11.
Plus D4 if it's a saving throw.
Oh yeah.
3.
14. Okay, so as you hit the ground, you take me some damage. It's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage.
So she can't uncanny dodge this.
No, not falling damage. But you land heavily, and the orc jumps off and comes and lands on the ground. Yeah, that was like a 20-foot drop that he tanked on his legs. He's taller than York. This guy is very big, and he turns and starts making his way towards the moonbeam that Neve is still maintaining. Meanwhile, Iris and Freya, you are going to get to act. The fly is still hovering up, and it still has a stump of rope trailing from it. Jorg and Neve, you have entered the Hallow, and it is still unquiet in here.
Neve, drop the moonbeam.
Okay, you drop the moonbeam. It sputters out, and you can still see that there are 2 flapping bits of fabric on the side of the wall. Yeah, that's
Okay, we're in anyway.
You are in, yes.
Okay, I was hoping that I closed the door so big I couldn't go in there.
You can see there is a hill rising up towards a central altar, and all around this place are a bunch of statues, things that you've seen before. And indeed, there is a frozen kobold in place near the top of the altar, next to a gorgon. There is a creature that is lying on the ground that is almost entirely a mass of mushrooms. And everywhere around here there are growths and spurts of all kinds of...
The creature on the ground, that's...
It's where Ollie was.
Ollie, yes. Sorry, I was struggling with that.
That's all right. They do not look like Ollie anymore.
No, I bet they don't. I grab the... I grab Lancelot. I grab Thunder.
Sure.
Okay, so now what? We consecrate it to you. Or something along those lines, yeah? How do we do this?
I do not know. There must be an icon placed upon the altar.
On the hill? Right, okay, let's go to the hill. If we need to be on the hill, let's go to the hill.
Alright.
You guys, back outside.
So, I'm going to, move, try and interpose my most threatening. I'm going to cast Mirror Image with my action as Sanctuary with my bonus action.
Okay.
So there are 4 of me with wings. Wing
Stand in the
shields.
door.
That's so extremely cool. Make me an Intimidate check with advantage.
Well, you didn't crit, man.
It's
not like good. That looks sexy.
11.
11. Okay, so on an 11...
It is just a little girl and you're a really big orc.
There's 4 of us and we're all half your size.
But she does have phenomenal cosmic power.
That's true. So yeah, you spread out and there's you kind of multiply, like the one from the X-Men. There's and suddenly there's 4 of you, and they all grow wings at the same time and stand. And the orc steps forwards and you're going to need that mirror image, dude.
You need to give me a wisdom saving throw first.
Oh, yeah. Make a wisdom saving throw 13, 14, 15?
Yep.
Yeah. Would you like to be hit once by my orc?
Nope.
That was a mirror.
That was a mirror.
Mirror.
Okay. The scythe goes...
Josh's only weakness is the combination of Sanctuary and Mirror Image.
I will make you spend hit points. The scythe goes straight through one of your creatures, through one of the copies of Iris, and the other three just kind of close ranks. Yeah. That's going to be a pain to get through. Meanwhile, Freya.
I'm
back of the neck.
I'm giving advantage
How
for
big
flanking.
is he? Is he big enough for me to mount?
That's your personal choice.
I guess so. He's like, if you imagine kind of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Could you mount Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah.
Yes, you could fight. Make me an acrobatics check to clamber onto this horrible fungal orc.
25.
Sure. Okay, on a 25, Freya, you run and you use a bit of parkour. You vault off the side of the wall of the cathedral and you land clambered around this guy. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
With plus d4.
Yes.
You're going to need that plus d4.
Luckily, neither Sanctuary nor Mirror Image
17.
require concentration.
Really? Oh, that's so gross.
17.
17 is enough. 17 is enough. That's really annoying. Okay, yes, you feel as you land on him, something ruptures on his skin, and there's a cloud of white spores that come up in your face, and you turn your head away, and they kind of float harmlessly away. I'm sure they won't cause any problems down the line. The orc is reaching up to try and deal with you. Would you like to make an attack
subtle
against it?
about this, Josh.
That's fine.
Given I've just realised that I could be infected. Freya is happy to have distracted him for a bit. I'm just gonna jump off and roll away.
You're just going to jump off and roll away. Ha-ha! Perfect sneak attack! Goodbye! Says Freya, she dives away.
No, I don't know why we didn't expect this. It's still Freya.
That's fine. Are you attacking this creature?
No, because I'm just going to try and I'm going to take away the dodge action.
How many debuffs can Jacob stack on Josh?
Okay,
Wisdom
get
saving
out of
throw.
the way. Right,
Wisdom
okay.
saving.
Wisdom save. 10, 11, 12, 13.
Not enough.
Okay. Right. Is anyone... it's trying to deal... There are 3 of you, and you're all pointedly not attacking. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. These 3 irises are just right up in his face with their wings going, no, it's not an attack. It's not an attack. And it's
See,
trying
Dragon's Breath, not an attack, right?
trying to swat you out of the way, and he can't do it. He swings his scythe around, but these wings buffet it and keep knocking him and moving him out of the way. Yeah, that's going to really annoy him. So that's what he's going to do. He raises 2 fingers to his mouth and whistles. And as he does, the drone fly comes zooming in, and it's heading straight towards you.
Okay.
It looks like it's just going to go. I'm going through those curtains. You want to come with me? That's fine. That's what the drone's
Minor
doing.
illusion of that exact same noise over there.
Okay.
I thought you were going to move the opening and have it smack the wall.
Make me a
That would've-
deception check. Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
That's amazing.
This is-
Whistle in one direction.
Okay, it's paused for a second. It's hovering. It's not entirely certain what it's going
Still
to
like,
do.
see, not attack. See, not attack.
Okay. Meanwhile, you guys have made it
Yeah.
in the still of the Howling
Okay, so
up the wall.
the axe. If we put the axe on the altar, that means you.
What has
claim-
happened to this place? This is my sister's hollow. It has been defiled.
This would have been worse. If I hadn't.
We will never know.
No.
Do what you must.
Okay, I'm gonna put the thunder on the thing.
Nothing appears to happen. You place thunder on the...
I'm gonna pick it back up. What's
What was there before? There was the stone
there was a
grave.
stone grail.
I do not know how to claim this hollow.
How did you claim yours?
I have never had a hollow.
Oh,
He had a tomb.
How did Elaine claim hers? She
merely did. A hallow is a nexus. And it, I cannot tell you. The binding prohibits it.
Which what the rocks, that binding.
I cannot tell you. Someone must claim this hallow. I cannot. Jorg, it must be you.
How can it be Jorg?
You can't. This is telepathic communication.
Jorg's not a god.
Neither were they to start with.
Yeah.
Jorg unbuckles his shield
Okay.
and Jorg puts his shield on the altar.
Nice. You put your shield on the altar. You feel like every hair suddenly stands on end, and the whole space is waiting for something. I'm going to think about that. Because outside, alright, it's fine, you've stopped this fly, that's really irritating. Freya, what are you doing about this orc that's trying to decapitate Iris?
Are there any sconces or anything in the room which are on fire?
We're not in a room right
You're outside,
Oh,
and it's day, so no.
okay. I'll just shoot him.
I was going to try and do something cool.
Bam! Okay, yeah, you shoot him, do it.
Just bullets.
You get your D4 as well?
Yeah, alright.
To hit, that is 18.
18 is enough. Yeah, 18 is definitely enough.
And the damage is
Quite easy to hit, but it hits really hard.
Is it sneak attack?
Yeah.
18.
18 is you're flanking. That's absolutely fine.
Okay, sure.
Oh no, I don't care. 18 damage. Okay, all right. So a bolt flies into this orc. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please? As there's
I see.
a bunch of.
That's a nat one.
That's good.
Oh.
There is a
Mark that for later.
there is a
Some power back, please, York.
of goop that flies from this creature and lands all over you, Iris. Yeah, the wings are spectral and they can interpose attacks, and this was not. It just kind of sprayed you.
Gotcha.
It's a bit gross. That's good. Iris, what are you doing? He's going to have a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14?
14 is what
Yeah,
you
take it. Okay, so 14.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, because the dodge. I'm guessing 12 doesn't hit you.
By one.
Not attacking you. Not attacking you. Not attacking
No,
you.
it was a +9, right? Okay. Alright, cool. Yeah, Iris is doing a phenomenal job at defending this doorway. Yeah, wow, that's so annoying. Meanwhile, inside Neve, you're witnessing Jorg doing something, and it feels religious. Yeah, it's an odd sensation.
I don't know what. What do I?
What was there before? There was a grail?
I am Jorg Winter, and I claim this hallow in my name. In defense of the weak and needy, always. I will remove the rock with the shallowest cut. My courage will not be lacking. Damn it. Greed will not guide my deeds. Let's see if this goes better than last time. I will uphold the principles of good and law. In defense of the weak and needy, always.
And the stars that are above you inside the Hallow shift slightly. All of the mushrooms and growths wither and rot. It's like they complete their life cycle and finish. And there is a slight shifting in the ground. The area has changed. There is no longer one central hill. You find yourself standing on one of several hills that are around. You can still see the rippling curtains in the fabric that are there, but it has shifted and moved. Jorg,
Yep.
Please go to level 6 and regain all your paladin powers.
Okay, noted.
Outside, you see the giant orc looks at you and says, "Oh, well, I will get here earlier next time. There will be less problem." And he turns and looks over.
Are we waiting?
He turns and waits, and there's a whoomp in the ground as the second meteor hits. And a shockwave gently pushes everybody here.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
Yeah. You need,
13.
you need 14. Do you not get any? No, it's fine. No.
That would be D4 as well.
You can totally have advantage. In fact, 100% because he's extremely not expecting this. That's fine. You hit. He's as far as he's concerned, he's just going to respawn. So
22.
okay, right. Yeah. So there's another bolt that goes right into him. You don't need to make me another save. You're covered in some more stuff.
Yeah, we're immune to this stuff now.
Wait, what? This is not. You cannot have succeeded.
For dramatic effect, can a hand just come through the thing behind him and just purge disease on his back?
Oh yeah!
If you're cool with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Neve and Jorg exit the Hallow, and this poor orc just disintegrates. There are bits of him. He is mostly disease at this point. New growths, new life, all kinds of new sprouting. And some of it calcifies and some of it erupts into spores and pus. And you end up with this half-faced orc, tongue lolling down one side, that collapses onto the ground in a puddle. As the two of you exit, you can still see the wafting curtains in the wall of the Hallow. That slowly coalesces.
Point of order, I would have liked to have brought Jorg with me, if that's acceptable to us. The statue of Jorg. Or was that?
We'll deal with that. That's fine. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. But as the two...
I didn't forget him this time.
No, that's good. As you step out, the creature dies. The two curtains close up. The drone fly spirals once and then heads back the way it came.
I'll be seeing you. Go on.
Do you want me to bring it back?
Nope.
And the shockwave dies down of the second meteor. I think it worked. Says Tyndall, looking out of a window above. And that is where we are going to leave this session. Thank you very much, guys. All right. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, you can catch us on twitch.tv/SelPenGM every Thursday at 8, where we are live for you guys. You can check out YouTube, where all of our previous episodes are stored down below. We have Season 1, Season 2, and this is the beginning of Season 3, so there's a whole bunch there. We're also making some catch-up videos, which will come online very shortly, so you can have a jump cut to where we are now. You can join us on Facebook and Discord and all those things. Links below to come and hang out with us. Thank you so much, all of you, for turning up and playing. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And as always, keep rolling them dice. Bye-bye! All right.